Hello everyone, my name's Jene. Welcome to Diamond Painting Reviews by Jene. Today's video I'm going to be doing a whip and chat slash I need your help and advice chat. So grab your whips, grab something to drink and paint along with me, and I'm going to explain to you what has been going on since May. And any advice that you guys can give me would be so appreciated. There's no words. There's absolutely no words how much I would appreciate any advice that you guys can give me. But before we get started, a big howdy and welcome to all my new subscribers and to all of my subscribers. Again, thank you so much for your encouragement and your support. It is so greatly appreciated, and you guys are just simply the best. So let's jump into this whip and chat because it's a big one. Now, those of you that are new, this is not a typical video for me. This is something that I normally wouldn't post, but I really thought about it and I thought, you know what, no, I've got to discuss this because some of you may have some really good advice for me, and the rest of you, you guys need to know this. You need to know what some of these stores are doing and what, you know, it's craziness. Let's just put it that way. But you know, first thing I want to say too is I am not impartial to the fact that there is a pandemic going on. I realize packages are going to be late. I have absolutely no problem with that. My problem is when stores try to give you the runaround or slip you the fast one. Those are the ones that drive me insane. I'm usually pretty good about, you know, working with anyone. So if somebody comes up to me and says, you know what, there might be a couple of weeks or 3 weeks delay, I'm really sorry about that. Not a problem. I have no problem with that whatsoever. As long as everyone stays safe and healthy, I'm all for it. But what I'm about to tell you, just I'm in total disbelief. So let's start off with the first problem. And that is, I had ordered a painting from a store. I'm not going to bring up the name of the store. If you want to know this information, feel free to email me and I'll be happy to give you that information. I will not discuss it though through YouTube because of legality issues. So if you're going to ask, just go down in the description and my email address is down there. You can email me and I can give you all of the stores that I absolutely refuse to buy from and why. Anyway, okay, so I had purchased this painting from this store. This is not a store off of AliExpress or any of those platforms like that. This is a single entity store, and I had heard some really good things about them, and I thought, you know what, I want to give them a try. So I ordered this one painting on the 16th of May, and I received an email saying that the painting had shipped on the 31st of May. And I was really excited because I figured, well, it'll probably take about 4 to 6 weeks to get to me. No big deal. I'm used to that. And, you know, everything went really well. Now, I am going to tell you this. I do not track my packages daily. I do now, but only because of this incident. But before, when I purchased this painting, I would track my paintings or check my tracking numbers, I should say, like once a week or maybe every other week. I never really tracked it daily. So when they gave me the tracking number, I gave it about a week before I even checked it. And the tracking number they gave me, nothing came up. I checked the China tracking site. I checked the global tracking site. I checked Canada Post. Nothing came up. So I thought, well, you know, I'm going to give it a few more days. Maybe it just needs to update. So technically I gave it 2 weeks and still nothing. So I contacted the store and I asked them about it. I said, you know, I can't pull anything up on this tracking number. is there something wrong? They got back to me really quick, within 8 hours, and said sometimes the carrier companies will change the tracking number. And so because you've reached out to us, we contacted them and they let us know that your tracking number in fact changed, and this is your new tracking number. So I thought, super, great. So I had my new tracking number, and 2 days after that, I put it into the China tracking system, and lo and behold, there was information. It was moving. I was happy. So about a week after that, I checked that tracking number again, and it was still moving, but the way it was moving was weird. This is what was happening. The city of origin would have it packaged up, got the label ready, shipped it to the next city in China. That city would run it through security and through customs, only to fail. So they'd put it back on a plane and they send it right back to the original city. And it did that every day for 3 weeks. And I thought, that's a little odd. So I gave it another week and checked it again, and sure enough, same thing was happening. Back and forth, same 2 cities. It was being rejected, on and on and on. So what worried me was the fact that it clearly said it was being rejected due to security clearance. So I decided I'm going to contact the store and ask them about this, because it just didn't make any sense. And their response was, let me read this to you because I have the entire email trail here. So I reached out to them the first time I reached out to them was on June 11th. And that's when I asked them about the tracking number. And let's see. Then I responded to them again on July 6th. And this is what I said. I said, hello, I have been watching the tracking number for this package and I'm getting a bit concerned and confused. This package seems to be bouncing back and forth from the main city or the original city mailing exchange station to the next city in the processing center. And I gave them screenshots of everything, and it continued to go back and forth. And then a couple of the remarks says, return remark, security inspection, return, then transported back, return, transported back, on and on and on. Now, again, I purchased the painting on the 16th of May, and this is July 6th. So the store gets back to me and says, hi, Jene, please don't worry about it. This is the reason that we have taken a delivery expansion time of 4 to 8 weeks. It happens with a lot of orders. You got to understand, I'm trying to read their English. Let's see. This happens because the whole parcel did not pass custom safety approval and was resent to be checked. It's more a standard procedure than they always pass eventually. Please be a little bit more patient. Unfortunately, it's out of our control. Now that was sent to me on July 6th. So I thought, well, okay. I mean, obviously this must happen all the time. I've never seen it before, but it's just me. Anyway, so I continued to watch it. And on July 28th, I sent them another email. And I said, sorry to bother you again about this. However, I have been watching this tracking number, and I gave them the tracking number. And this has not left China, and it has not been updated since July 22nd. I have checked with Canada Post as well, just in case, and they have no record of the tracking number. We are now in week 8 and heading into week 9. Can we find out what is going on with this package and see if there could have been a tracking number change again? And the response I got from the store: "Hi Jene, we did call our supplier for the exact location. Considering on his side the order had been shipped to the USA about 2 weeks ago." So it just said that this package was shipped to the US 2 weeks ago. That would have been somewhere around the first part of July. Most probably it has arrived in the US sorting center but did not get updated yet. It should not take that long from now to get to you. We are very sorry for the inconvenience and the very long shipping times. We are most back to normal with shipping times. So I was thinking, super, that means that it should be coming to me like within the next few days, because if it had been in the States since the first part of July, then it shouldn't take much longer. That's what I was thinking. So I was like really excited, right? That excitement pretty much went out the door. On August 10th, I wrote them again because I still hadn't received the painting and I still couldn't get the tracking number update. So I said, "Can you kindly tell me what is going on? I am still unable to track this package on China Post, US Postal Service, and Canada Post. If this package was in the US on July 28th, it should have arrived in Canada by this time, and Canada Post does not have any record of this package. I can understand the delays that are happening currently, but this is getting a bit over the top. I have ordered from AliExpress 2 weeks after placing this order and have received both these orders without issue. What concerns me is that I can't even track or see this package and have no idea where it is. If you can please look into this and let me know what the tracking number is so that I can at least see where the package is, I would be very grateful." Okay, that was August 10th. The store wrote me back immediately and said, "We have called our supplier and it seems like your tracking number has been changed." So he gives me a new tracking number, which happens to be the same exact tracking number. Go figure. "Sorry for the long shipping time. All orders from April and May have a very big delay caused by security reasons. For example, there are orders from early July that arrived at customers and orders from May that did not. We can guarantee you that it will arrive. In any case, any further issues with the order will always be solved in a fair manner. For now, we come with a little request of waiting a little bit longer for it to arrive." Now, this was on August 10th. All right. So I thought, great. So I replied back and said, "Great. Can you send me the new tracking number so that I can see where the package is? The number that you have listed below has been the same tracking number since June. Also, if you looked up this tracking number, you would notice that the tracking had stopped on July 22nd. So by saying that, where is the package currently? 2 weeks ago, you stated that it was in the US and that I would see it very soon. According to the tracking number you have below, it's still in China. So which country is it in?" Right? So he writes me back on the same day and highlights this section. "Hi Jene, we have called our supplier directly for the exact tracking information. The current situation making tracking logistics a headache, so tracking information can be delayed 10 to 30 days in some cases. Both times our supplier guaranteed us that the package was inside the USA. We always have precise tracking information from our supplier. We are sorry for the inconvenience and we wish that there was something that we can do. We did just a couple of lost orders to this day. Most orders from April and May have arrived at their destination. We will remain on our supplier again in a couple of days and we'll get back to you when the location has updated. Okay, so that was August 11th. Sorry, I gotta get a drink. My mouth is getting dry. Okay. So now we're going into August 19th. I still have not gotten the package. Canada Post still has no information on that tracking number. And, or does USPS. So I thought, okay, I am going to send this guy another message. So I wrote, hello, it is now August 19th. I am still unable to track this package, nor has it arrived. Is this package lost? There is no reason why it is taking this long if the package is in the US. Not only am I extremely frustrated at the lack of tracking, it seems that I'm getting nothing but the runaround. Can you please let me know what the heck is going on? If the package is lost, then please let me know as I can understand, but I don't understand how a package can be in the US since July 28th and has not arrived in Canada by now. And the tracking number, according to Canada Post, doesn't even exist. Okay, that was the 19th. Their response. Hi, Jene. We know that this does not seem normal, but unfortunately, this is the normal that we are facing in this last time. But again, we guarantee that the order will arrive and we will solve this problem without hassle. Now, that was the response that I got. I thought, you know what? I'm not even going to bother responding back to that. So I had been talking to a friend last week on the 8th, and this person knows the hassle that I've been going through with this store and the other store I'm going to talk to you about, and asked me if I had checked on the tracking number on this specific painting. And I said, well, no, I haven't, because why bother looking up the tracking number? Because it's only going to tell me that it hasn't moved since July. And the person was like, no, you need to check that tracking number, see if it's moved. I thought, okay. So I looked the tracking number up on the China Post tracking system, and sure enough, the package started moving. I was really excited because I thought, oh, great, it's moving again. So that means I should be seeing it pretty soon. Until I saw where it was. This package was still in China. And I'm telling you, I was so frustrated. In fact, let me get back up there where the tracking number. So when you look up this tracking number, it started moving again on August 31st. And it was released. This is what it says. It was released from customs on August 31st. So then from August 31st to September 4th, it cleared customs. Then it was exported on the 4th. It arrived in the sorting center in some province in China. On the 7th, or excuse me, on the 8th, it arrived to another sorting center, and it has not updated since the 8th of September. So I'm hoping that this means that it will at least get over here somehow. But yeah, I'm just going to show you some of this information. I don't understand. Like on July 4th, it says the same thing. It says custom clearance completed, exported, arrived at sorting center, released from customs, arrived from sorting center. Then it cleared customs again on the 9th of July, exported. I mean, it was just back and forth, back and forth. I mean, unbelievable how many times this package has gone to these two cities in 2 months. I would say at least 30 times, at least. It cleared customs a number of times, but this person could not explain to me why this painting is taking so long. So I'm just going to swipe that over. So we're going to go back to the last communication. Is that it? Yeah, no. So I wrote to the store again on the 9th of September, and this is what I said to them. Again, I don't know if I'm speaking to a male or a female. I said, hello, sorry to be a burden, but I wanted to let you know that the tracking number for my order has come alive. However, I believe you stated twice that the order was in the US, and in fact, it has never left China. You also stated that it would take 4 to 8 weeks to arrive. We are now in week 15, and the order still has not arrived into Canada or in the United States. Canada Post has no information or labels for this tracking number. I think I've been more than understanding and patient. I completely understand that things are delayed. However, I have placed 4 orders from AliExpress after this order was placed, and I've received all 4 in 3 weeks. Now, you explained to me back on August 11th that this package was in the US. And I highlighted the section that says, we called our supplier directly for the exact tracking info. The current situation makes tracking logistics a headache, so tracking information can be delayed with 10 to 30 days in some cases. Both times our supplier guaranteed us that the package was in the United States. However, if you look at the tracking number below, it clearly states that the package is still in China. So does that mean that the package was sent back to China, or did your carrier mistakenly say it was in the US? The response I got back from the store, and this is the reason why I will not bring up the name of the store, because I refuse to purchase from this store again. This is how they handled it. We have contacted our shipping collaborator, and you are right. The package just now was given to the airline company, and it is on its way to the US. I apologize for the wrong information last time. Unfortunately, that was the information we received. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this was clearly a case of either their carrier was lying to them, which is a possibility, or this store was trying to buy time. I don't know why. They just couldn't have just simply said that there was an issue. They're trying to pan it out. There might be a little bit of a delay getting this package to you. We're very sorry. I would have just said, you know what, not a problem. As long as you're honest with me and upfront with me, I'm okay with it. It doesn't have to be here tomorrow. But don't put me through the runaround. Don't sit there and try to pull the wool over my eyes. I might be old, but I'm not naive. And I surely don't have born yesterday written on my forehead. I just don't understand why they just didn't just tell me, you know what, hey, the package is missing, or, you know, something happened and the whole container had to be quarantined for so many days. I would have been completely fine with that. But to sit there and give me the runaround, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that the store was giving me a runaround, or do you think that there's a possibility that there was an issue between the store and the communication between the carrier? It just doesn't make sense why all of this, you know, all this back and forth, and then telling me it was in the States. Oh yeah, we confirmed it with the carrier only to find out it never even left China. So yeah, that was that package. I'm still waiting for it. I don't know when it'll arrive. It may never arrive. Who knows? At this point, I'm really frustrated with this store. And as I said, I will most likely not purchase from the store again. This is not the type of experience customers want. And sometimes I think stores fail to remember or understand that customers, you know, I'm not saying you should give your customers the world, but you should give them honesty. I mean, at least that. Anyway, okay, so that was the first store. So now we're going to tell you a little bit about the other incident I had. And yeah, I think this is going to be a good chance for me to stop the video and then restart again because my clip is ready to run out. So I'm going to pause for a second. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, we are back. And this is the second story that happened during the same time that this painting fiasco. So basically, I ordered some product off of AliExpress from a store that I had ordered from before. And I thought, well, you know, there was that sale going on the weekend of the 19th of May. So I placed this order, and with AliExpress, you can pretty much watch your orders being tracked right there on their site, right? So I didn't really worry too much about that particular order. Now around August 11th, again, just checking my tracking numbers, and I went on AliExpress and noticed that this particular order was coming to its end, and I just wanted to check with the store to see if there was a problem because I hadn't received the package yet. And so it had 4 days left on their guarantee. So I sent a message to the seller and basically let them know I still haven't received my package, just curious on if there was an issue. And if there was, not a big deal. I wasn't going to be too overly concerned about it. Now I'm going to read you some of the messages I got from this particular store. I think you're going to find it quite interesting. So I reached out to them on August 11th and I said, hello, I placed an order back in late May and just checked the tracking and noticed that this package cannot be tracked as of May 29th. Is there a new tracking number for this order? Now the store, what they did is they responded back the next day and they sent me a screenshot of the order. I don't know if I can get it to come up. Let's see. Well, my phone isn't going to flip it, but okay. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. There's too much glare. Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to be able to see it. But anyway, it's the tracking for this particular order. And it shows that the package arrived on May 29th and it was delivered to a community box, postal locked, meaning that the mailbox was secured, that there is absolutely no way of anyone getting into that box without having the key. Now, hear me out here for just a second. I placed this order on May 19th, and he's showing me a tracking number that was delivered on the 29th of May. That means that this package would have arrived in 10 days. I have never had an AliExpress package arrive that fast, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't have, right? Below the screenshot of the tracking number, it says the tracking number shows that the package was delivered on May 29th. Did you not receive the package? If the package shows delivered, the tracking number will no longer update. Now, I really should have thought about this because it didn't make a lot of sense that this particular package would have arrived that fast. So I responded back and I said, no, I have not received this package. And then after I sent him a message, I contacted Canada Post because I thought, okay, this doesn't make any sense. How could this not have been in my hands? Because one, all of my packages are sent to me at work. And the reason for that is so that it is locked and secured. And two, I'm the one that picks up the mail every day. So I would have known if I've gotten a package or not. So when I called Canada Post and explained the situation to them, their exact words to me was, "Are you the receiver?" And I said, yes. And they said, well, the problem is the package has been delivered back in May. This is August. And we allow the receiver 3 days. Get this. 3 days to open an investigation if a package isn't delivered. 3 days. Now, my question to Canada Post was, if a package is delivered and I didn't receive it, how am I supposed to know it was delivered? His exact comment to me with that was, that's not our problem. Wrong answer. So because I was at work, I had to bite my tongue. But I did say to him that, you know, there is no way a person is going to know a package was delivered unless they had a tracking number that worked. And I said, my tracking number didn't work. He goes, well, again, that's not our problem. Our policy is that if you are the receiver, you have 3 days to open an investigation. He said, now what you could do is contact the vendor or store and ask them to contact Canada Post and ask them to open an investigation for a missing package. At that point, I just hung up. I thought, you know what, I don't have time or the patience to deal with something like that. So I hung up the phone and I sent the store this message. I have spoken to Canada Post and they have no record of the tracking of this order. And I showed him a screenshot. Now that was on the 12th of August. Then I wrote, I just got off the phone with Canada Post main office. They were able to look up the tracking number as I was able to show them the picture that you sent earlier. Canada Post records indicate that the delivery of the package, however, I did not receive the package. My mail address is a business locked community box, which ensures that all mail and packages are secure. However, that doesn't mean that they couldn't have delivered it to the wrong box. By saying this, Canada Post has stated that they will need the vendor to open an investigation on the package in order for Canada Post to locate and replace the order. Can you please reach out to Canada Post to open an investigation claim so that this can be taken care of? I would be most grateful. Thank you. Now that was on the 12th. The store replies back on the 14th. And this is what they said. I guess my wax isn't going to pick up these drills. There we go. Just a second here. Let me put these down. There you go. Sorry, I missed your message. Because the tracking number is feedback from the local post office, we usually judge the location of the package according to the tracking number of the package. Now that the package shows that it has been delivered and you have no proof of the loss of the package, in fact, I can refuse the after sale of the package, but for humanity reasons, if you are willing to pay $7 for transportation, I can send the package to you again. Can you consider it? I will wait for your information and hope we can resolve this problem. I was floored when I read this. The way I'm reading this is that the store is not willing to contact Canada Post, and that basically because I can't prove I never got the package, it's my problem, and that they're willing to send me a replacement out of the kindness of their heart as long as I pay $7 tracking fee. And that's $7 US. Now the order cost me close to $60, and I don't know about any of you, but I can't just walk away from $60. So I thought, well, in order for me to get my product, I'm going to have to pay this. So I went ahead and paid the $7 US, which turned out to be a little over $8. And I said, as long as I get a tracking number, I'm okay with paying this. In fact, that's what I said. I said, thank you for your response. Unfortunately, I cannot prove the package wasn't delivered. Not even sure how you can prove something like that. I will pay the $7 to get what I paid for. Please send the link and I will get it paid to you ASAP. Also, we'll need a tracking number so that I can watch the movement once it arrives into Canada. This way I can go to Canada Post if anything else happens in regards to shipping. So he sends me the tracking number. This is the tracking number of your package. And then sends me the link to pay the $7. So I went ahead, paid the $7. And the next thing I got was, excuse me, is a screenshot from the store with a new order number and basically saying that it's awaiting shipment. Then the seller writes, thank you, I received your payment. The order amount of $6, which is not true. I paid $8.14. I will send you order number blah, blah, blah again. I thought, great. So I wrote him back and said, is this the new tracking number for the resent package? And I copied and pasted the tracking number that he had given me. He or she, I'm not sure. That was on the 19th of August. Okay. When I looked at that tracking number, I thought, you know what, I'm going to put this into the global tracking system. And I want to make sure that this package doesn't get overlooked or whatnot. You know, that was one of my biggest worries, is that, oh yeah, they can claim that they're going to send something to you, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to. So I took the tracking number and I put it in the tracking system. Lo and behold, the tracking number pulled up some information, and I thought, oh great, okay, at least I know it's a legitimate tracking number. And I started looking at all the information and I was literally floored. So what this information was telling me on the tracking number is that it was sent to the airlines. Now listen to this. I got an email from AliExpress saying that the package, or the repackage I should say, was shipped on August 18th. And when he gave me that new tracking number, I thought, okay, this looks legit. So I put it into the global tracking system and it pulled up some information. I was really happy to see that. And then I started scrolling down and looking at all of the information that was under that tracking number, and you guys are not going to believe this. Now remember, I got the information that this package was on its way on August 18th. I didn't start communicating with this store about this problem until August 11th, okay? So keep those dates in mind. Now, when I look at this tracking number, it says send to airlines, May 30th. Departed Regional Sorting Center, May 29th. So on and so forth, right? If this was the tracking number for the so-called resend package, why is there information on this tracking number for May? So I got a little bit more curious about this and went on Canada Post's website to see what the tracking number said there. And the tracking number came up. It said that it was waiting for the package to arrive from the city of origin. And then there's a drop-down arrow that you can click on and it gives you more details. So I clicked on that, and lo and behold, at 4:13 p.m. on May 23rd, international item mailed in original country China. And then on May 24th, it says, international item has left original country and is en route to Canada. So again, how could this be the tracking number to the reorder? That doesn't make sense because, again, I didn't start communicating about this missing order until August. So I started thinking about it and I thought, well, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. So I pulled up the old tracking number, the one that said that it was delivered, and looked at the dates on that one. And sure enough, the dates on that one were back in March. So the tracking number that he claims I actually received was my March 27th order, which I did in fact receive. But I wasn't talking about my March 27th order. I was talking about my May 19th order. So once I realized what was going on, this is the message I sent back. Hello, kind sir. I believe you misunderstood the conversation regarding my missing order. The tracking number LO blah 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 was my March 27th order, which I did receive on May 29th. However, this is not the order I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about my May 19th order. The reason why I pursued this even further is that the new tracking number, LZ blah blah blah, dates you provided to me was the actual May 19th order, which clearly shows it has not been delivered by Canada Post. So I sent him all the screenshots, and then after that, this is what I wrote. Now I provided you with the proof you need regarding my May 19th order. Given the information provided to you and the order went over the guarantee, I believe I should be getting a refund. I would appreciate a response ASAP, or I will contact AliExpress directly regarding this matter. If you still need more proof, please look at my past order on March 27th and trace that, and you will see that L0 blah 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 was my March 27th order, not my May 19th order. If you look into LZ blah blah blah, you will see that this was shipped in May, not yesterday. So the next morning I woke up to 4 messages from the store, and he writes, or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, order number blah. This is the tracking for the resent package yesterday, my friend. You don't quite understand what you mean. Okay. Then sends me another screenshot of the old tracking number of my March 27th order, and then says the March package shows that it had signed for it, and the May package has been resent yesterday. Sorry, friend. Did you not receive both packages? I'm like, okay, this person is getting really confused, or is trying to get me confused. It's one or the other. Then the next message is, my friend, your package may be lost in transit. I have agreed to your refund. So they figured out now that my May 19th order never was received, but they were confusing, isn't it? Really confusing. So I write back and I said, the pictures you have above is the tracking number for my March 27th order. I have received that order on May 29th. The new tracking number for the May 29th order that you gave me 2 days ago is the original tracking number for my May 19th order. If you look at this tracking number, you will see that it was sent on May 23rd and Canada Post received the label on May 24th. And the order has not been delivered. This is the order I am missing and never received. This order cost me X amount of dollars, plus you had me send an additional $8.14 to resend the order. According to the delivery guarantee, if the order is not received by the time that was allotted for shipping, my purchase is completely refundable. That would include the recent payment of $8.14. The confusion, I believe, is that pictures showing the March order received is not the order I am addressing. I'm addressing my May 19th order over the tracking number, and I give them the tracking number, which clearly shows it has not been delivered, nor have I received it. I also noticed that my order was confirmed received. However, I never confirmed or clicked on the confirmed button. I will be checking on this tracking number and I will let you know when I receive it, as well as checking on the refund. So, in this instance, now I can put this down now. The store was trying to convince me that I received a package that I didn't receive. And I'm not 100% sure that this was a communication issue or if it was simply just a complete misunderstanding. But the store continued to believe that I was talking about my March 27th order when in fact I was talking about my May 19th order. Anyway, the store agreed to refund my money, and again, if the store had just listened to what I was saying to them and paid attention to the fact that I was talking about May, not March, and then came back to me and said, oh, you know, I'm really sorry, it must have gotten lost in transit, blah, 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 I wouldn't have pursued anything. I would have just said, yeah, well, you know what, I'll let you know when it arrives. But you know what really angered me about this particular incident is the fact that somebody pushed the confirmed received button, and it wasn't me. I never push that button unless I know for a fact that I've received that product. So I was thinking, oh my God, the store pushed that button so it would look like that I received the package. And then if I were to pursue it with AliExpress or, you know, filed a dispute, then they could easily say, well, look, she pushed the received button. So by bringing it up in the message would show AliExpress, no, I never pushed that button. I don't know who pushed it. I'm not saying that they did. I don't know. Somebody pushed it, but it wasn't me. And it really bothered me to know that somebody would just outright push that button to avoid the consequences of not making that guaranteed time. I mean, like I said, all they had to do was just say, you know what? We believe your package was lost. We're really sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I would have just said to them, you know what? Things happen. I'm okay with that. If you can just resend me the package, I'd be grateful. And that would have been the end of it. What do you guys think? Do you think that this was simply a misunderstanding? I did eventually get my order. It came another 2 weeks after that incident. And I'm grateful that I got it, but it turned out that they sent me the replacement for my March 27th order and not the replacement for my May 19th order. So yeah, that is what happened the last couple of months. I still haven't gotten that painting yet, and I'm hoping it'll eventually arrive. We'll see. And I will definitely let you know if that painting arrives. But I would be interested to find out what you all think. And has this happened to you? If it has, what actions did you take to try to resolve the problem? I would love to find out, any advice you guys can give me, that would be super. So everyone, by saying that, if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by hitting that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, again, if you're new to the channel or just stopping by, a big howdy and welcome. If you like what you see and you like what you heard, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. If you do decide to subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell that is right next door to that subscribe button. That bell is going to let you know when I've uploaded my next video. So everyone, by saying that, if it is morning for you, have a very pleasant morning. If it's afternoon for you, have an excellent rest of your afternoon. And if it's evening for you, have a very relaxing evening. Again, my name's Jene. Thank you for spending some time with me today on the review. We'll talk again real soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.